And now to someone who continuously, remember, wants a confrontation. He calls himself Kattar Imandar. But then, ladies and gentlemen, there is a reason why for the last 9 times, every time the Enforcement Directorate has summoned him, Arvind Kejriwal said, no, I am not appearing before the agency. Now, he thought he's going to get some reprieve from the court. But that has not happened. He went to the court because he wanted to challenge these summons. For the longest time, he has said that these summons are quote-unquote illegal. But then in the court, Arvind Kejriwal has suffered a major setback from the court after it filed a plea in the court against the agency. And he also, remember, wanted an interim protection from a coercive action. What this means in simple terms is that he tells the court that I'm willing to present myself before the agency provided they give me a guarantee that they will not arrest me. And he said, pakadna hi hai to aap Lok Sabha election ke baad pakad lena. That is the term that Arvind Kejriwal actually wanted to set. Now, there has been a proper discussion on the entire issue by both the prosecution, the defense, and after hearing both the sides, the court has said that it is not inclined to grant any relief at this stage to Arvind Kejriwal. During the hearing, Arvind Kejriwal's counsel has called the summons by Enforcement Directorate special election summons. They've also urged the court to provide him protection against arrest till the elections were over. That has not happened. Now, on the other hand, the Enforcement Directorate here claims that there is sufficient material against Kejriwal, and they say that is the reason why we've been summoning him, because we want to interrogate him, we want to question him. The agency even presented the material in front of the court, because the court asked the agency that what is the material, what is the proof you have against him, and we are given to understand that the judge was shown the kind of evidence that they have. Now, interestingly, they have also said here, they've underscored that there is no intent to arrest Arvind Kejriwal at the first go. They say that is not the purpose, though we do not rule that out. But they say this is an investigation and the investigation should take place in a proper manner.
The petition is not maintainable. That was our main ground. And according to us, it's not maintainable. It's a desperate attempt for him to file the petition.
Sir, कुछ दलील 2-3 प्लीज.
मेन दलील तो ये है जी, उन्होंने जो जजमेंट पे रिलाई किया, वो जजमेंट रिलाई नहीं हो सकते क्योंकि वो जो है इंटरिम ऑर्डर्स थे. इंटरिम ऑर्डर्स कांट बी रिलाइड एज प्रेसिडेंट्स.
लेकिन सर आपने ये क्लियर कर दिया कि व्यक्तिगत तौर पे बुलाया था, पर्सनल कैपेसिटी में.
फिलहाल तो व्यक्तिगत तौर पे.
क्या आम आदमी पार्टी के खिलाफ कोई एविडेंस सामने आ रहा है? आपने कहा कि अगर
एविडेंस होगा तो अरेस्ट करेंगे ना. एविडेंस क्या है नहीं है उसके बारे में
आपने कहा कि गिरफ्तार करने के लिए नहीं बुला रहे, लेकिन आगे क्या होगा कुछ नहीं कह सकते.
गिरफ्तारी ऐसा कुछ नहीं कहा हमने, ऐसा कुछ नहीं कहा हमने. जो कहा कोर्ट में कहा, दैट्स इट. ठीक है, मेरे मुंह में शब्द मत डालो.
So clearly this means, ladies and gentlemen, that there is huge trouble now for Arvind Kejriwal. What will happen next is important to see. The Aam Aadmi Party has also responded and the BJP says, we told you so. We told you that Arvind Kejriwal is running scared. He does not want to make himself available before the investigative agencies.
Satyamev Jayate, the Delhi High Court has now given its verdict and has said that it will not give any relief to Arvind Kejriwal. In a sense, Arvind Kejriwal ji, all your victimhood cards, all the bahanas that you've been making, the fact that you've been saying that the summons are illegal, that this entire liquor scam does not exist, all of them has been put aside. In fact, Kejriwal ji, through his actions itself, is proving that he has something to hide in the Sharab Ghotala, that he himself is the kingpin, and that none of these allegations are allegations of vendetta. Unfortunately, Mr. Kejriwal has undergone political conversion. And Anna Hazare used to say, first istifa, then charge. Take everybody's istifa. Today, forget istifa. He does not even want to participate in charge. 9 summons come to him, he tries to evade it, tries to run away from it, avoid summon, bhagjaw from someone, cover up from someone, divert from someone, does not want to answer the summon, does not want to answer the questions that have been posed to him. Why the commission was increased from 2.5% to 12%? Why is it that wholesale was given to private sector? Why blacklisted manufacturing companies were allowed to come in? Today, there is even the media reports that have come that a loss of 2,000 crores has been caused, minimum. The courts have spoken about money trail, but still they are brazen about it, saying that Bhrashtachar is our Jansid Adhikar. If we do Bhrashtachar and anybody catches us, we will shout Atyachar, Atyachar and play victimhood card.
आज भारतीय जनता पार्टी पूरे देश के सामने एक्सपोज हो गई. अरविंद केजरीवाल तो ये कह रहे हैं कि आप मुझसे सवाल जवाब जो करे हैं आप वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग पे कर लीजिए, पूरे देश को सुनाइए मेरे सवाल और जवाब, उसमें क्या दिक्कत है? अरविंद केजरीवाल कह रहे हैं आपको सवालों और उनके जवाबों से कोई मतलब नहीं है, आपकी मंशा है ईडी द्वारा अरविंद केजरीवाल को गिरफ्तार किया जाए और वो इस चुनाव के अंदर चुनाव प्रचार ना कर सकें, अलग अलग राज्यों में जाके केंद्र सरकार से सवाल ना पूछ सकें।
So, ladies and gentlemen, clearly a lot of questions will be asked now of the same Aam Aadmi Party that said, "Hum kattar imandar hain, we are different from all other political parties." But this is Arvind Kejriwal wanting a VVIP treatment. He says, "You have to give me, a kind of a guarantee that I will not be arrested." Now, clearly that has not cut any ice with the court. We'll find out from Uma Sisodia, who's an Aam Aadmi Party leader, as to what Arvind Kejriwal does next. She joins us along with Anuja Kapoor. She's a BJP spokesperson on the show. And Mir Inayat Ali is also a representative of the BRS. And ladies and gentlemen, do not forget the BRS link. K. Kavita, in the same case, is right now in the custody, I think, till about the 23rd. So, first up to you, Uma ji. What will you do now? क्या करेंगे अब? विक्टिम कार्ड अरविंद केजरीवाल खेलना चाहते थे, उनको लगा ये परसेप्शन का बैटल है, आप लगातार डेयर कर रहे थे सेंटर को कि हमें अरेस्ट करिए, एनफोर्समेंट डायरेक्टरेट को। आज तो कोर्ट ने साफ कर दिया कि आपके लिए कोई अलग रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस नहीं बनेंगे।
देखिए, आम आदमी पार्टी बिल्कुल कोर्ट के जो भी आदेश हैं, कोर्ट ने जो भी निर्देश दिए हैं, आम आदमी पार्टी उनको स्वीकार करती है और अरविंद केजरीवाल जी भी कोर्ट का बहुत सम्मान करते हैं और उन्होंने सम्मान के साथ कोर्ट के निर्देशों को उन्होंने स्वीकार किया। लेकिन अरविंद केजरीवाल जी का कहना ये नहीं था कि आप मेरे को आपको स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट दीजिए या मैं कोई बहुत स्पेशल व्यक्ति हूँ। वो एक आम व्यक्ति है और जिसको जनता ने जिम्मेदारी दी है दिल्ली की सरकार को चलाने की। जनता ने जो आदेश दिया उस आदेश का पालन इस समय अरविंद केजरीवाल कर रहे हैं। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी सिर्फ इतना चाहते थे कि ये जो टाइमिंग है, बीजेपी की टाइमिंग बड़ी जबरदस्त होती है, बहुत बेहतरीन टाइमिंग के साथ बीजेपी वाले चुनाव के समय खेलते हैं कि जैसे ही चुनाव आएगा उससे कुछ समय पहले आप विपक्ष के नेताओं को आप परेशान करना शुरू कर दीजिए, विपक्ष के नेताओं को ईडी के सम्मन भेजने शुरू कर दीजिए, सीबीआई के सम्मन भेजने शुरू कर दीजिए और उनके माइंड को डिस्ट्रैक्ट कीजिए।
उमा जी, देखिए आप अभी से विक्टिम कार्ड खेल रही है ना, आप अभी से विक्टिम कार्ड खेल रही है, यही सारी दलील कोर्ट में भी तो दी गई है ना। यू मस्ट बी वेरी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट। पर अनुजा, isn't there merit in what Arvind Kejriwal and his party have said for the longest time? And see Anuja, then I will ask you the obvious question. Forget everything else. ये बार बार समन भेजना क्यों हो रहा है? Why repeated summons to Arvind Kejriwal if the agency believes that they have enough evidence? Go and arrest Arvind Kejriwal. Are you scared of arresting him?
Jai Shri Ram. I don't know who said that we are afraid of, arresting Arvind Kejriwal. This is not about arresting Arvind Kejriwal. It is about showing that how honest Arvind Kejriwal is and how he's been exposed, the person who used to speak about it openly. And with this honor, he came in a heavy mandate. That how corrupt free his government is. No, Anuja,
all that is over. All that is over. I know it's a perception battle between the BJP and the AAP, but Anuja, I have to ask you that pointed question. Why have you been treating Arvind Kejriwal with kid gloves? Multiple summons to Arvind Kejriwal make no sense. Earlier today, the enforcement director, Anuja, in the court has said we have sufficient evidence against him. So go and arrest him.
First of all, I am not the spokesperson of the ED. I'm a spokesperson of BJP. So this should be very clear, and I want to make it clear. I'm not a spokesperson of ED.
So the ED should arrest him or not, Anuja?
So that is what I'm saying. Now ED is arresting him on which basis is because, or he should be been arrested because he wants that he can make a perception that what BJP think is why he has who have been talking about that he's a Bhagat Singh and all that stuff, and even if he's been arrested from first summon in October 2023 when it was been said that he said they're coming and he will be arrested and मैं तिहाड़ jail से अपनी government चलाऊंगा, अपने ministers को I will call there. Now how come there is a U-turn and a hard change? So what we are talking about is why are you evading the summons? You have seen Hemant Soren 10 times he has evaded the
See, but Anuja, interesting that you bring the reference of Hemant Soren here. I'll get it. I'll get in Meer and IG here. But just a little point, and I think Umaji will also agree when I say this, Anuja, so would you. Arresting Hemant Soren was different than arresting Arvind Kejriwal. You also know this. Arvind Kejriwal is sitting right here in the national capital. You know that he is also a master of this perception game, and somewhere you do not want him to walk away with that sympathy factor, and we don't know how that story will play out. Whether this brings in more sympathy vote for the Aam Aadmi Party. But Meer and IG, tell me something. K. Kavita right now is in the custody of the Enforcement Directorate. Now, would Kavita turn an approver, sir, in this case?
Madam, actually, it is not the concern. It is not the concern with this case to Kavita. Wantedly, the BJP are involved by the way of ED. Always, we are already 3 times. We are already cleared. Already, we are already approached to Supreme Court also, High Court also. But Supreme Court giving the relief to Kavita. Then in evening 6:30. They are came to Hyderabad and they arrest Kavita madam and from Hyderabad to Delhi. My request is, it is in India, what is happening, it is the indirectly emergency putting the BJP in the time of election. They are harassing all non-NDA supporters, they are harassing all the local parties. And who is facing the election?
Okay,
they are
so
they are trying to harass.
You're alleging that this is vendetta. You're alleging this is vendetta, but we forget the fact that the courts ultimately will be listening to cases, and the agencies will have to prove their cases there. And there's a reason why I asked you whether K. Kavita would turn an approver to save herself and then perhaps name Arvind Kejriwal in the entire case. But ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to head into a quick break. But before we do that, listen to what Arvind Kejriwal has said umpteen number of times. ये बीजेपी की सरकार मुझे पकड़ना चाहती है. They want me to be arrested.
बीजेपी का मकसद कोई पूछताछ करना थोड़ी है. इनका मकसद है पूछताछ के बहाने केजरीवाल को बुला लो और उसे गिरफ्तार कर लो ताकि मैं लोकसभा चुनाव में प्रचार ना कर पाऊं.
So Arvind Kejriwal clearly wants to play this game, play the victim card. What happens next? Will he surrender? We'll continue this conversation and the debate with all our guests on the other side of this quick break. Welcome back. So we are discussing what happens to the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal. Is he going to be arrested? Will he make himself available before the Enforcement Directorate? He wanted some reprieve from the court, but like we mentioned, that has not happened. Let's quickly open this up with Anuja, Meeranayat and Uma Sisodiadi, who continue to stay with us. And because we have limited time, so I request all of you to keep your points limited so everyone gets in a word here quickly. Umaji, will Arvind Kejriwal now go and appear before the agency? अब अगर समन आएगा अरविंद केजरीवाल जी जाएंगे?
देखिए अरविंद केजरीवाल जी इस बार भी उन्होंने ये कहा है कि आप मुझे वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग पे आप बात करने दीजिए.
अरे अब उमा जी let's be very honest. All 4 of us here on the screen right now, God forbid, but if there is a situation that we are summoned by any agency, can you dictate your terms? Will you tell the agency हम ऐसे आएंगे, वहां नहीं आएंगे, हम ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं, आप वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंसिंग से जुड़िए? I mean, what are we talking about?
आप देखिए एंकर महोदय, अगर आप इस बात को कह रही हैं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी समन पर जाएंगे या नहीं जाएंगे, तो आप इस बात को भी जरूर कहिए कि आज हाई कोर्ट ने एजेंसीज को क्या बोला है कि आप अरविंद केजरीवाल को नहीं बता सकते कि उनके खिलाफ क्या सबूत है. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, आप हमें बताइए कि अरविंद केजरीवाल के खिलाफ आपके पास क्या सबूत है.
ना मैम, सबूत तो दिखाए हैं.
कुछ देर पहले हाई कोर्ट ने ईडी को खोली है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल के खिलाफ.
बिल्कुल, तो आप ये भी बताइए कि सबूत दिखाए हैं. कोर्ट ने आज दोनों पक्षों की बात जब सुनी है, उसके एंड पर ही कोर्ट ने यह साफ किया है कि we do not believe that there is anything maintainable in the case and that is why no relief. But quickly, before I give Anuja the last word here, Meer and IG, what will the BRS do now? Many are also saying that this is a fixed match between the BJP, the BRS to down the, Congress in the state of Telangana. But the point is that, is this shadow boxing or there is more to this? What happens if K. Kavita turns an approver and she names Arvind Kejriwal to save herself?
द बीजेपी एक्चुअली मैडम बीजेपी ट्राई कर रही थी लगातार अपने साथ जोड़ने की। जिस वक्त बीआरएस बीजेपी से नहीं जुड़ी, इसके बाद ही कविता मैडम को इन्वॉल्व कर रही। जो भी बीजेपी का है वो हिंदुस्तान में कुछ भी कर सकता है, जो नॉन बीजेपी का है वो सांस नहीं ले सकता। हिंदुस्तान में इमरजेंसी मूवमेंट चला रहे हैं, इसीलिए कह रहा हूं मैं।
Meeranai, I hope you will remember this comment because we do not know whether the BRS and the BJP will have any alliance in the state of Telangana now. But Anuja, all the attacks coming towards you by both the Aam Aadmi Party and the BRS, how would you respond?
So quickly, I would start with K. Kavita. Is that rupees 100 crore allegation and the trace is already been talked about in the court by the ED, and they have that on that same pretext she's been arrested. So, and she has also withdrawn her complaint, you know, she filed it and she also withdrew that she would not be going ahead with that. And so second point, I would like to put it forward for the Aam Aadmi Party, Arvind Kejriwal, who is also the convener and the CM of Delhi. You have a time to go to the court and take the bail. And it means if you're taking a bail, you consider yourself as an accused. Because in Delhi Revenue Court, in the order of it, it has been termed Arvind Kejriwal as the accused Arvind Kejriwal.
You know, Anuja, I come back to the same point from where I started, and because I've completely run out of time, you know, it's an interesting story. Arvind Kejriwal is daring the Enforcement Directorate and he's daring the centre, come and arrest me. And here is the centre, who many is saying, in fact, is giving a long rope to Arvind Kejriwal. So what happens next? We closely watch that story. Thank you for watching, all of you. I thank Anuja, Meeranai and Uma Sisodia for joining us. On the other side, we are back with lots more.